I wanted to share one of my quick time savers for PowerPoint. I create a lot of resources using PowerPoint, and when I open up PowerPoint, I'm always given the default slide, which may or may not be the size that I wanted for creating. A lot of times I want to have an 8.5 by 11 slide, and sometimes I need it to be portrait. Other times I may be creating boom cards and need a 7 by 5 slide, or if I'm creating a cover, I want it to be square, so maybe I would want my slide to be 12 by 12. So while it's very easy to go in and change the slide sizes, it is a little time consuming, and I just want to knock out those steps and not have to worry about them. So I'm going to show you how to make a custom template in PowerPoint. So I've just opened up PowerPoint, and I'm going to get rid of the text boxes, and then I'm going to go up to Design, Slide Size, and I'm going to choose Custom Size. So you can see right now that the width and the height are set for a widescreen. So if I'm wanting to do, let's say, an 8.5 by 11 portrait project, then I would want to go here and change this. So I'm going to just change this to 8.5 and this to 11. And you can see it recognized that was a portrait file, so I went ahead and changed that over here. So I'm going to say OK and ensure fit. All right, so now I've changed the slide size. So I have to come in and do that every time I'm working on a project, depending on what layout I prefer for that project. So while it's not too time consuming, I would rather just not have to do that every single time. So I'm going to show you how to save that as a custom template so that you don't have to do those steps at the beginning. Now, before I show you how to save it as that, I will say that you can go ahead and bring in other elements that you would want. For example, sometimes I just like to have a custom template set up that has a really thin border already in place and maybe a text box with a common font that I use. That way, those things take a little time at the beginning too. And if I just wanted to whip up a really quick parent letter or something, I would already have a border and have a text box there, so it also saves me time with that. So I could do that. I am actually going to today pretend like I am setting up a template for a newsletter. That's something that we use every week at schools. And so if I wanted to have my newsletter so that it was a template, and every week I could start fresh from that template for creating my newsletter, then I could go a step further. And instead of just setting the size and the orientation, and more so than just the font, I could go ahead and pull in my newsletter file. So I'm going to right click and format this background. I actually have an image that I want to use for my newsletter. So I'm going to insert from a file here and go get it on my desktop. So here's my news image. So I created this in PowerPoint and I just saved the PowerPoint slide as an image so I could pull it into this template. So here is that. Now, I also would want to go ahead and insert the text that I want to use. So I'm just pulling this from the other PowerPoint file that I have. So whatever I wanted to have in place and did not want to have to do, every time I could go ahead and insert that. So let's say that my phone number was that, and then my class website blog, I could change that. So I'm just changing everything that I would want to change and have set so that I didn't have to do it every time. Now, obviously, every week I'm going to come in and change these things, but if I know what I want it to be, and it's going to be that for every week, I can go ahead and do that. So this would be my template that I would want. So however you want your template to come in, whether you just want a blank one with the size and the orientation set, or if you want to go ahead and add some text and images to it, you could do that too. But once you have the template set, you're going to go to File, Save As you always do, and you can choose to save it wherever you want. It's not going to matter because in this next step, it's going to change it. So this would be maybe my news template. All right, and so the most important step is that under the file name that you give it, it is save as type. And right now I'm saving it as a PowerPoint presentation. So if I just save it as a presentation, I'm going to be able to open this every week, but when I make changes to it, those changes are going to be there the next time that I open it up. But saving it as a template will make those changes stick, and you will not be able to save over the top of it. And so every week when you open it up, you'll have a fresh one. So you can see that I have templates here for boom cards and a portrait template, so a square template, and those are just plain size and orientation templates so that that part is set every time I start a new project. So now that I have PowerPoint template saved, I don't know if you noticed, but up here, I was saving it to the desktop. That's what I chose. But as soon as I selected PowerPoint template, it automatically went on my computer and found the custom office templates and changed where it was saving it to. So do not change that. You're going to need it to save in that templates folder that it automatically finds for you. So then I am going to hit save, and I am going to close out, and I'm actually going to close out of this one where I pulled that from. I'm actually going to just open up a fresh PowerPoint and show you what that did. All right, so when PowerPoint opens up, you'll automatically have some templates up here. So you can see if I were creating a boom card, I would click on boom card templates and create. And then this is automatically set as a 7x5 template so that I've got the perfect size for a boom card. All right, I'm going to close that out and open up PowerPoint Fresh again so I can show you the news template. Now, if you notice up here at the top, you do not see news template, okay? So you don't see that because we haven't pinned it up there yet. So I'm gonna click on more themes. And so down here, I can see different office templates I could search for, but I also see the word custom. So I'm gonna click on custom, and this is where I'm gonna find those custom templates that I've created. So here are some of my custom templates I've created on this computer. So now you can see my news one. So if I want to not have to go find this folder every time like we just did, and I wanted it to be pinned at the top like the other templates were, I'm just going to hover over it until I see this pen and click the pen. And now when I go back and come in, I should see my newsletter template up there if I have enough room to see them all. Yep, so there it is. So there's my newsletter template. So if I wanted to work on my newsletter for this week, I would just click that and say, yep, create. And then there's my template already set with the right size, orientation, and even text and graphics that I know I'm going to use each and every time that I come to do a newsletter. So I hope that that custom template is something that will help you. So I will say if I go in and change this, and then when I go to File and do Save As, you can see that this time I would be saving it as a PowerPoint presentation, and I could save that wherever I wanted to save it, but it would not be saving over the template. So you have that template safe, and you can come back and use it every time that you need it. So I hope that helps save you some time when you are working on PowerPoint projects.